Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport again. I'm in Wyoming on I-80, east of Rock Springs. Just stopped for my break. You know what's so disgusting is the amount of trash that truck drivers leave. I mean, this stuff here, I mean, that's truck drivers, man. Pee bottles over there. I mean, just all this trash. I mean, all the way down. I'm sure some of it blows in from the interstate, but a lot of this stuff is just truck drivers. Dirty, filthy pigs. Truck drivers. Just absolutely despicable. I mean, just despicable. I mean, my God. And you have these prisoners that are, I mean, I go by, and ironically, there's a sign for littering. I've seen a sign over, well, that's not, I mean, $750 is not like that's a fortune, but it isn't a short amount of money, but you should be fined if you're caught. And that includes throwing cigarette butts out. Anyways, I saw a sign in Oregon. I was just over in Seattle, and I saw a sign posted like that, penalty for littering. Minimum fine was $6,250 in the state of Oregon. I think that's awesome. I think if you're going to do anything, I know I wouldn't mind if our tax dollars went to take that pee bottle and do a DNA sample on it, and then find out whose DNA it is and prosecute them to the fullest. This is just despicable. I mean, a lot of truck drivers just, and I know I drive semi and so on and so on and so on, but I'm not like that. I am not. But this is just horrible. Absolutely, just like I said, despicable, pathetic. People that do that are just, it's just really sad. But anyways, that's not the point of the video. So, I like coming to Wyoming. But anyways, get up in the truck. So I'm sure you guys are probably hearing the traffic. But anyways, you guys don't need to see my face, but so I was listening to YouTube again as I was driving, and so Glenn Beck had Tony Marcy, the one senator from Kentucky, the one that got abused by Trump verbally about he's a piece of garbage or whatever, and how dare he? Trump didn't say he was a piece of garbage, but pretty much destroyed him verbally. He was one of the, I think he was the only senator that didn't agree with the stimulus money for the $2.2 trillion. Anyways, I don't want to get political. This isn't political. But anyways, I was listening to that, and I guess Glenn Beck, he owns some cattle. And Tony, I think his first name's Tony, but Marcy owns 65 head of cattle. But they just said that 6 meat distributors, meat processors. So basically these cattle farmers bring the meat to these processors, and they make them into edible meat for us. So 6 meat processing places have closed their doors. These farmers or these cattle raisers, they don't know where to bring them. They're literally, they don't have the plants closed down because people aren't coming to work. And also, farmers or cattle raisers are pretty much stuck because the economy obviously is tanked. They say we're heading into a depression here. But they can't afford to feed their cattle because they don't have any money. And then they have farmers, other farmers that basically have crop in the ground that they're about to pull out, and they can't even pull the crop out of the ground because they can't afford, they hire workers for 2 months at a time, and the workers help, pull whatever the produce is or whatever they're farming, get it to market. And these farmers can't afford to pay the people because they don't have any money. So they don't even, they don't have the means of pulling it out of the ground to send it to market. So Marcy on Glenn Beck, the senator, was saying that there's going to be major food shortages. Yeah, and there's another channel I subscribe to, the Ice Age Farmer. He does a lot of stuff on this. Very interesting, but he's been putting this up for quite some time now, for a few weeks or even a month or so, that we're heading into food shortages. And what's going to happen is, I'm not a big meat guy. My wife could tell you that. Hi, Sarah, I love you. But she could tell you, I mean, I'm not like she's, hey guys, Curtis, but I'm not a huge meat guy. I love my salads and my fruits, and I know I'm a big fat guy, but I still love my salads and my fruits, and I love my pasta and my breads. But anyways, I'm not a meat guy, so technically, I mean, I'm not really affected by it. I could literally go vegetarian and not have a problem with it. But they say, but that's not the only thing that's going to be shortages is meat. It's going to be a lot of our food. So, and then they were talking about this quarantine going into 18 months. 18 months. That just cannot happen. So I did a video earlier today. If anybody wants to subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. Thumbs up it and share it or whatever, or not. I don't care. But you know, we as a people need to, like, and I said in this morning's video, we need to organize for what's preparing, and organize and prepare for what's coming. It's coming. Unfortunately, it's coming. As true as that trash is on the ground, it's coming. Don't kid yourself. Don't fool yourself. If you haven't seen this morning's video, just click on the channel, and you can see what I did on April 10th this morning about being prepared. I really don't want to be repetitious and you know, but just be prepared for what's coming. Watch the previous. My GPS is kind of going crazy, but anyways, so yeah, they're saying that, you know, they want to push us into further self-isolation. And this is another thing. My other theory and my thought on this, and this is all theory. I mean, not what I just told you about the meat, the processing plants closing. You can look it up. It's fact. I looked it up, and I read on it. It's pretty scary. But another thing is, darn it, I lost my train of thought. Darn it, I hate when that happens, right? When you have it on the tip of your tongue and you're about to talk about it, and all of a sudden I guess it comes with age. So, but just like I said, just be prepared and but darn it, I was gonna touch on something. I was thinking about it while I was driving. So there, go to BP Earthwatch, the real BP Earthwatch, and they had people lined up on the highways down in Florida, I believe you said, waiting for food, because they say that only 4 to 5% of the population, I don't know if that's worldwide or just the United States, only 4 or 5% of the people are actually prepared for some sort of catastrophe, or not being prepared. They don't have enough food or water or whatever the case is in their house, just like we don't have enough money in the banks. So they be aware. I mean, I know people, I'm very close with my neighbor, and we're, you know, they got, like, my cousin in Sacramento, California. I was texting him or whatever last week, and just checking in to see how they're doing, and he said, we're real close with our neighbors and we got each other's backs, and I get it. I mean, my wife and I are friends with our neighbors too, but if your neighbor has children and they run out of food and you have a stockpile of food, guaranteed they're knocking on your door. Guaranteed they're knocking on your door. And if you don't have a means of protecting that, and they got a means of taking it, your friendly neighbor goes out the window, basically. And I'm not trying to be that negative, Nancy person, but it's just being a realist, man. I mean, they say we're 3 meals away from being an animal, so you miss, and just try it. Just try it. Don't eat, fast. Like, they just had, the fasting was Thursday or whatever for Good Friday or Lent, or I don't really understand the whole thing, but go ahead and try to fast don't eat for 24 hours. And then on top of that, now throw another 24. So now you haven't eaten for 48 hours. And your neighbor has food or your friends have food. You won't be that friendly any longer. And if you're a person that does stockpile food and your family or friends come knocking on your door, you will, if you're a humanly person and you have feelings and ethics and morals and whatever the case may be, if you will feed those people, and it's going to take away from your stockpile. And that only happens so long, because once you give once, and I'm not trying to be that person. I'm a kind, giving person. My wife would tell you in the comments, I'm probably one of the most giving people on the planet. But once you give once, and you're going to have to give again and again and again. And then when you draw the line, that's when people become not so nice. So that's kind of where we're going with this. So they need to open up the economy again. I don't see that happening. Like I said, I really think something is truly, truly coming, and that's why I do these videos. But do your own research and do yourself due diligence, and research and do this and do that, but just plan accordingly and have some extra stockpile of food, and definitely have something to protect it with, because like I said, your neighbors won't be so kind. And if you see trash, when I had my dog Missy, I would actually take her for a walk. And I would actually take her for a walk. I would actually pick up trash while taking her for a walk. I would bring a couple plastic bags, and I walked her by this cemetery, and I would walk her over there daily when I was home off the road. And we would walk about a mile or so, a little over a mile, and in that mile by the cemetery, I'd walk down, and then I'd come back. I would always pick up at least minimum of two bags of garbage, like plastic, like grocery plastic, the plastic bags you get at the grocery store. 2 bags like that daily of just trash, that people just would do that kind of stuff. That's just, man, my God, we're destroying our planet. And I still cannot remember what I was going to say. That was on the tip of my tongue. But anyways, just be aware, man. It's happening. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I do videos, well, especially now during these times, I'll do them more often. Hope this video finds you well. Ciao.